So we're out on a job site checking out the rubber surfacing to find a few holes that need patched. As you can see, it's EPDM rubber, beige black 50-50 blend. And here's a spot underneath the ropes, and here's several other spots around this spinner. So what we'll do is we'll start with these spots and show you how patchwork is done. Here's a nice big area that we're going to show you how to patch. It's kind of at the end of a slide, several other spots off to the side. So let's just start with these areas. We'll start with
what we'll do in this is we've got to cut out this spot that's bad. The base rubber's still good, but the cap rubber is what's come loose. And so we want to cut far enough back that we get back to a really good area. So I'm just going to start with my cut around, taking out any of the loose material that I can pull up so that I can find where good rubber is. So in this shape, what we're going to do, since we have rubber that is very loose and these two are so close together, is we're going to find a spot up here where we have good rubber and feel this out so that we can get a good patch in this area. As you can see, these are really merging into one. So I'm going to keep to where I can get back to some good rubber and get a decent shape that we can patch back in here. All rubber jobs are different, and one of the things that we want to do when we're doing a patch is make sure that we cut out enough so that we have a nice square edge and everything is nice and even and still bound down really well on the sides. So that's what I've done here, is cut out a shape that gives me nice rubber that I can patch back to.
So we have our area all squared up, cut out, good clean edges, exactly where we want it to be. And now what we're going to do is set up a mix station off of the rubber. As you can see, he has glue. We have bags of rubber material, 50-50 blend, black and beige is what the customer wants in this case. And we have an apparatus, a Folgers can that we can use to weigh it all out and make sure we have even measurements. Okay, so what we do now after he has even parts of beige and black is we blend the rubber together so that we can get a good even consistency before we add any of the binder to it. This is just a standard plastic tray that we got at Home Depot or Lowe's, any of the hardware stores. And we're taking those rubber, EPDM rubber granules, and we're mixing them up so that we can get a good 50-50 blend all the way through. No binder right now. He's just using his fingers and his hands to get it, the dry mix all blended. Okay, so now we have the liquid binder in. We use 20% by weight. So if he has 10 pounds of rubber materials in the pan, he has 2 pounds of binder in the pan. This is not necessarily going to be exact. You just don't want to go less than 20%, and we don't want to go too much more than 20% by weight. Using the trowel, blending every single rubber granule in so that they're all coated throughout.
So as you can see here, what we did was we primed the edges of it. We call it priming, where we just add liquid binder to the edge. That just gives us a little more adhesion and make sure that this edge is nice and solid when we're adding our new material. So what I'm going to do now is take this mixed material and apply this to the area. Smoothing it off a little bit before I get the straight edge out. Screed across. We want to make sure it's pressed in nice and solid in every single seam. So then we take any kind of straight edge and we're just going to run this straight edge across this material just to help us get a nice balanced edge that we can then trowel. We want to press that material in to every single seam and all of those prime joints that we've already made, because that's going to be the weak spot over time. Making sure that it's all pressed in there as tight as you can press that rubber in. So then we have a couple of different methods that we can use to smooth this rubber out and smooth out our trowel. We've got a trowel gets sticky, so one method we have here is WD-40. We spray the WD-40 on the trowel and then use it just like concrete over the top. Give us a nice smooth finished surface. So the other option that we have would be soapy water, and what this does is it does allow the trowel to slide across, but it also will accelerate the cure of your patch because the binder that we use is moisture cured, and by accelerating it we don't have to worry about vandalism. If a kid comes over right after we're done, the soapy water will help. You have to be cautious not to spray it directly on the binder, and you can't use it too liberally, but we have found that this is a great alternative to WD-40 in helping to make a patch. So here, as you can see, we have a finished patch that is made with everything pressed in place and already smoothed off. You can see from this we have a finished patch right now, and all we have to do is let this cure for 24 to 48 hours depending on weather conditions. Now we want to make sure that it's not calling for any rain today, and if we use the soapy water to smooth off our trowel, it'll set up a little bit faster, or if there's more humidity in the air. But the best thing to do is just try to make sure kids are off of it for 24 to 48 hours, and then we should be good to go to play on.